This is talking about a 43 sneaker channel. Talking about a 43 sneaker channel, Des. Why am I calling it the Talking About a 43 sneaker channel and not the Talking About a 23 sneaker channel? Because today is my 43rd birthday. Yay! Even though I look like I'm 83, I'm actually only 43. But so I turned 43 today, and it's a Tuesday. And on Tuesdays for the Talking About a 23 sneaker channel, I always drop what's called the Tuesday Top 10, and that's no different for today, even though it is my birthday. And we're continuing a countdown from 10 to 1 of tips for new YouTube channels. I do usually bring you sneaker content, and that sneaker content will be right back at you tomorrow with that review of the LeBron 3 Homes that's coming up real soon. And I do bring you that sneaker content every single day, except for Tuesdays, which is today. So we're getting into a video today, tips for new YouTube channels, and it's all about making sure that you've done everything that you can to get your videos seen by YouTube and viewers using the TubeBuddy app. As I said in the introduction, today's video is all about tips for new YouTube channels and making sure that you get the maximum, the most out of the videos that you make, and you make sure that those videos are presented to viewers and viewers get the opportunity to watch them. Otherwise, what's the point? So that's what it's all about today. Now, I have been counting down from 10 to now it's episode, well, I suppose it's episode 7. So if I've counted it down from 10, I suppose you could say 4, because we're getting close to number 1. And I did say as we go up this little chart, as I count these down week by week, I'm going to be giving you, the viewer, golden nuggets of information to make sure that you get what you need to get out of your channel. But before that, let's just make sure that I say the golden words that I have to say every single video, and every single YouTuber should say. Please subscribe. And as it's my birthday, just hit subscribe anyway and forget about it. Or think about it and say, you know what, that Talking About a 23, he's got something going on, so I'm going to subscribe to his channel. But either way, click that subscribe button down below. 今日は誕生日です。43歳になりました。83歳は見えるので、43歳ですけど、それ、こんなに若いです。毎日言うんだけど、毎日、登録お願いしますと、お願いするので、今日でも誕生日のね、登録をぜひ、クリックしてください。And I do slip into Japanese every once in a while like that because I am here in Japan, but basically my English is better than my Japanese, obviously. And the people in Japan who are watching this will be like, yeah, totally. Talking about us 23, his Japanese sucks. But yes, I do sometimes slip into Japanese. Okay, so we're talking about this video now. Oh man, I have to be really... I do this in every one of these tips for YouTube channels. I'm like, I really try and speak to people out there so that they really hear me. This is episode 7. That means there's been 6 episodes before this, and you absolutely must have done certain things in those 6 episodes to understand this. For example, you have to have the TubeBuddy app, of course, but you also have to have the TubeBuddy extension turned on or plugged in, or whatever terminology you understand. The TubeBuddy extension, whether you're using Safari as your internet browser, or you're using Windows, or you're using, as I do, Chrome, you need to have that TubeBuddy extension plugged in. And if you don't have that TubeBuddy extension plugged in, go back to episode 1. Check out episode 1 where I explain in great detail the step-by-step guide about how to get the TubeBuddy extension plugged in. Basically, if you don't have that plugged in, what I'm going to show you today, you won't be able to see on your videos, so it'll be largely pointless. So make sure you've got your TubeBuddy extension plugged in, and we'll be gold. Either way, you want to be checking out that episode 1, so you've got that knowledge about how to get the extension plugged in, but also the other 6 episodes that preceded this one, where there's information about that, and we're getting up towards the golden stuff. And today, it's all about getting your video viewed. Now, this is also important, so if you have a YouTube channel and you're out there watching this, again, please pay close attention to this. There are 2 parts to your video getting viewed. The first part is the viewers themselves. If you interact with the viewers, if people like your content, if they comment and you reply, if you like their comments or heart their comments or whatever, and you have a connection to your sneaker community or whatever channel you have, it doesn't have to be sneakers, it could be Ikebana for beginners for all I know. But if you have a connection to the viewers, you're more likely to get more views, more view time, and more subscribers. That's kind of obvious. The other half is what's called the YouTube algorithm. And the YouTube algorithm to me is like a bunch of empty boxes in a row. Let's say, I'm going to say 30. I'm going to say there's 30 empty boxes in a row, and what the algorithm does is it checks to see which one of those boxes you have filled as the content creator. So for example, I've talked in great length in a previous video about making sure that your title, your description, and your tags have the same words in them. That's one of the boxes that YouTube's looking for. It looks inside and says, oh look, this content creator has the title, the description, and the tags all lined up, so check that box. And then today what we're going to do is we're going to look at those boxes, and there's many of them, like I said, like 30 or something like that. I don't know all of them, I know some of them, and I can pass that information on to you today. But if you fill those boxes and then the YouTube algorithm looks at your video, it will decide to promote your video higher up in the rankings. I mean, think about it, right? You're watching YouTube as much as you're actually providing content for it. And there's 2 or 3 ways that YouTube gets your content visible to the viewer out there. One is search, right? People go onto Google or YouTube and they search for something. For example, tomorrow's sneaker, LeBron 3 home, okay? Now, if that's what the search is to find a video about the LeBron 3 home sneaker that's releasing real soon, how do you know that that video is going to be visible to people out there? Because there's going to be 20 or 30 or 40 other people producing that content. Basically, YouTube looks at these boxes, and whoever's got the most full, that's the video at the top of the list. It's as simple as that. And the way that YouTube looks at these boxes is called the algorithm. It's a computer algorithm. There's not people involved. It's just a computer algorithm that's out there scanning every video on YouTube and looking to see how many of the boxes are filled. Oh, look, there's Splash, I'm Drippy. He's filled 25 out of 30 boxes. I'll put his video at number 3. Oh, look, there's sleeves down, shoes up, sleeves down. He's filled 28 out of 30 boxes. I'll put him at number 2. Oh, look, there's Seth Fowler. I don't need to look at the boxes. He gets thousands and thousands of views on his videos. I'll stick him at number 1 without even thinking about it. But that's how the algorithm works. But you, as a content creator, needs to know what should go in each box. Right? Because if you don't know what goes in each box, how can you create your content in such a way that YouTube recognizes it and pushes it up the list so that it's right there? Now, I did say search, but also if you think about it when you're watching YouTube, down the side, I think there are 20 videos. It depends on what, what's the word for it? Muki is the Japanese word for it, but whether you're watching in portrait or whether you're watching in landscape, where these videos appear. But down the side, you'll have 20 videos, and deciding which videos go there is based on a computer algorithm. It's not purely random at all. It's based on this algorithm about these boxes and who's got the most full boxes. If you're watching a video about, let's go for WrestleMania, right? If you're watching a video about WrestleMania, it makes sense to YouTube to down the side of the video to put more WrestleMania videos because you're more likely to click on them, right? You're interested in WrestleMania, that's why you're watching it. And then if you have more WrestleMania videos down the side, oh, I'll watch that next. I'll watch that next. But how does YouTube decide which videos go there? It is not random. It's based on the algorithm. And the algorithm is like these boxes. And what it does is it looks at these and says, right, you're watching a video about The Undertaker and his streak at WrestleMania. I think it stopped at 22, if I remember rightly. Okay, so anyone who's done streaks, anyone who's done Undertaker, anyone who's done WWE, anyone who's done WrestleMania, let's look at all of those videos. Whoa, that's 1,000 videos. How do I decide which 20 go up here? Okay, the viewer watched this guy's videos before, so I'll put a couple of his up there. Okay, the viewer's watching, oh, you know what? This content creator here is really lined up. Title, description, and tags about Undertaker. I'll stick that up there. And that's how you get people to click through onto your videos from one video to the next. It is not random. But you, again, I reiterate, have to know what the algorithm's looking for, what goes in each box so that you can then create your content in a way that YouTube sees it and promotes it. It's very, very important. And then the last way is at the end of a video, when a video ends, if you get all the way to the end, of course you have your end screens, but separate to that, after your end screens are finished and the video's totally run its course, usually I think there's 9 videos up there. Again, it's not random. YouTube has to have a scientific computer-based method for deciding which videos go there, and it's purely based on this algorithm. Now, one of the boxes in that algorithm is how many views you've had in the past and how much your content is viewed by people out there. Now, you don't really have any control over that. If Seth Fowler's got a video up against one of your videos, that box is going to outweigh anything you do. So it's very difficult for you to get number 1 on there. If Seth Fowler has Travis Scott Air Jordan 1 video and you do a Travis Scott Air Jordan 1 video, YouTube's going to compare the 2 videos and decide, right, you know what, Seth Fowler, better chance of views, better chance of people clicking on this video, that goes at number 1. And then at number 2, I'll take Not Just Hype, I'll take his video and stick that then in at number 2, based on the algorithm and based on what the algorithm sees in the data of your video. So it's extremely important that we think about this in 2 parts. Okay, today's video, we're thinking about 2 sections. You're thinking about what the viewer wants to stay engaged, to watch your videos for a long time and perhaps click on another one of your videos, and to come back to your videos, to subscribe, to hit the notification bell. What do you need to do for those viewers to stay engaged with what you're doing and to stay loyal? Let's use the word loyal to your channel. But also, what do you need to do to make sure that that computer algorithm, it's not people, it's not a human element at all, it's just a computer algorithm from YouTube that's looking around, scanning your data and scanning the metadata in all of the videos at once. It's incredible because you think about the millions and millions of videos up there, and what you need to do to make sure that those 2 things happen, which then will increase your view time. Basic rule of thumb, okay? Algorithm and viewers. YouTube wants your viewers to stay on YouTube and it doesn't care about you. Okay, remember that. YouTube's not actually interested in you per se. What they're interested in is the viewer staying on the site or the app, however they choose to view YouTube. And they're not really interested in you. So if you have a video which then somebody watches and clicks something after that, and your video has in essence kept that viewer on YouTube because they've watched yours and then they've gone to something else, that's one of the boxes in the algorithm. It's called the click-through rate. And if you've been able to get people to watch your video and then stay on YouTube, they haven't watched your video and gone, oh my God, that sucks, I don't want to watch anymore, turn off, that's terrible for the algorithm. The algorithm's like, whoa, if people are stopping watching at these videos. Tokyo Butter 23's video, this guy watched for 20 minutes, watched Tokyo Butter 23 and couldn't bear it anymore and stopped watching YouTube. That's bad for the algorithm. But if they come to your video and they watch beyond that, it's like, oh, okay, this is the kind of video that keeps people on the app. That's all YouTube wants. It's a business. Keep people on the app and keep people viewing. And the other thing about click-through rate, this isn't even about today's video. Today's video's content's coming in a minute. But the other thing about click-through rate is if a viewer physically clicks something in your video to go to a new video, the algorithm likes that. And that's why cards at the top of the screen are important. Let me chuck a random card up here. You know what? I'll chuck it to a channel I support. Let's do that. A random card. If you click that video and it keeps you on the app or on the site or watching YouTube, YouTube loves that. And it's the same for your end screen. If you've got watch more or subscribe and those things on your end screen and it's keeping people on YouTube, that's again in that algorithm there. All these little boxes, there's tons of them that they're checking out to see how many of these things you do to keep viewers on YouTube, because it's a business. That's all they care about, is keeping viewers watching. That's it. Not interested in the human element at all. They just want to make money from their advertisers, period. And if your videos and your channel is one of those that keeps people on the site and on YouTube and on the app and keeps people viewing, then YouTube loves you and promotes your videos. But if your videos and your channel is a place where people go to and then leave YouTube, YouTube hates that, and then they will downgrade your videos. So making sure people click through your videos to the next video afterwards is really important. But anyway, let's talk about this TubeBuddy thing here. I hope you got through all that. I don't keep a timer around here, so I never know how long I've talked for, but that felt like 10 minutes and we haven't even got into the content of the video yet. But I'll tell you right now, let's get into it. I was talking about having the extension extension turned on for TubeBuddy, and make sure that is turned on to see this. And what happens is when you watch one of your videos on the right, so if you're looking at the screen where your little screen is there and you don't have it maximized, so you're looking at the whole video, you want to have it not minimized either, but you want to have it small so that the screen is there, but surrounding it is the other YouTube data like the likes and the subscribes and the comments and things like that, and the upcoming videos down the side. If you have the TubeBuddy extension turned on or plugged in or whatever you want to call it, a box will appear on the right of the screen above the upcoming videos that's about, well, I mean, I can't explain how big it is. It's maybe twice the size of the screen itself, and it has 5 things in it. Well, it has more than 5 things, but I'm going to talk about the first 5 things in there, which will help you to make sure that your content is done in such a way that YouTube sees it and promotes it, or make sure that your content is presented in such a way that the viewers see it and engage with it. So it's both of those things at once with this box that's on the side beside your video. And you can do this on any video that you've already uploaded and is already viewable. You can do it on other people's videos as well to see this information. It's good to compare with your competitors or your inspiration out there. But for now, we're talking about your own videos. So you've got your video, and then you've got this box to the, as you view it, to the right of it. And the first thing on that box there is the summary. That summary doesn't really help you promote your channel at all. It's about likes, it's about comments, it's about views and things like that. It's just information for you, not going to help you get subscribers or views or anything like that. The second thing is SEO. This is 100% the algorithm. Okay, 100% the algorithm, nothing to do with the viewer. Forget the human element. This is all about computer talk and all about metadata and about the algorithm viewing your content and working it out. And there's 3 things in that SEO box there. The first one is suggested videos. And what that's telling you is how many times, so if you've got those 20 videos down the side of it, the next videos that somebody can view, is telling you that how many of those 20 are yours. Okay, now I think, I might be wrong here because I'm working off memory, but I think I took a screenshot of one where it said 4 of 20 suggested videos are yours. So that's saying that out of the 20 videos down the side, YouTube is suggesting to the viewer 4 of mine and 16 of just random people's who fit the algorithm for whatever video I created there. And I think that's a pretty good ratio. I've had the ratio pretty high at times. I've had it up at 12 and 13 out of 20, which is really high, because the odds of somebody then clicking on another one of my videos remains very high. But that's important information for you as the content creator, to know how many of these suggested videos down the side are yours, and then they're going to stay on your channel and stay viewing your content. I'm checking my iPad out down here because I've got this listed down here. So the first thing in SEO was suggested videos. The next one was which I discussed in depth in a previous video, title, description, tags, having the same words in there, and how many times your tags appear in your description, your title. I think the video I'm showing you here has an awful lot of its tags in the title, because I have a specific way of doing that, and I explained, I think, in the last video about how to make sure your title, description, and tags all line up. And then the third thing in SEO is search results, and that's how many of your tags are ranked in the top 20 for searches. So for example, if somebody searches, what will we search for? Bread 4s. And my video's about bread 4s. I want to know, if somebody types in bread 4, where does my video rank between 1 and 20? Being promoted to that viewer who typed in bread 4. So it's about ranking the tag. So if somebody types that tag in, what are the odds that your video is going to be presented? Of course, you want that number to be 1. If it's 1, it means it's the first video. Somebody types in bread 4s and you have bread 4 in your tags, and beside that bread 4 it says 1. That means that your video is the first video offered to that viewer. But it only goes up to 20. So if there isn't a number beside one of your tags, it means your video video is lower than 20 in the ranking. So there's a very, very small chance of that being seen at all. So those three things in SEO. Let's see, what was it? What was the first one? I'm so old, can't remember things. Suggested videos, how many times your videos appear in suggested videos, and the tags, descriptions, and titles line up, and then the how many times your tags appear in search results. So that's the second thing in that box beside your video. First thing, summary. Second thing, SEO. Third thing, and I'm not going to look down there, is it suggested practice or best practice? Third thing, social. I couldn't be more wrong. Social. Now this one is 50-50. I don't know how much this is about pleasing the viewer and how much is about pleasing the algorithm. Because I don't know, I have a particular thing that I do with this. But first, let's explain what the social is. There are 3 social networking sites listed there. There's Facebook, there's Reddit, and there's Twitter. And what you can see below each one is how many times each of them has this video referenced on them. And I think the video that I'm showing you with the screenshot here is 1 Facebook like, 0 Reddit, and 2 Twitters, which is strange to me. I didn't realize this because I always post my videos on these 3 sites, Facebook, Reddit, and Twitter. So I don't know why the Reddit there is, oh my iPad's going to switch off, I have to leave it on. The Reddit there is 0. It should be at least 1 because I put the video there unless somebody downvoted it, which would neutralize my single upvote. But the thing is, I don't know if the algorithm can see this or not. If TubeBuddy can see it and see how many times your video has been liked on Facebook, or see how many times your video has been shared on Twitter, then I assume that YouTube can see it as well. And I think that'll be one of the boxes, YouTube's Twitter. Is it on Twitter? Check, yes, it's on Twitter. Is it on Reddit? It's on Twitter, yes. Because that's telling YouTube that it's out there. It's out there in the world for people to engage with, and YouTube likes that. Of course, YouTube likes that. But I don't know for sure, because it might just be best practice, you know, a good way to get views and to get viewers onto your site. Of course, it's Facebook and Reddit and Twitter. Now, I use Reddit. I just drop my videos on the video community every day without any preamble or any effort, to be honest. I just copy and paste it in there, and if somebody watches it, somebody watches it. What's the other one? Twitter, I make an effort on there to put a proper post with a link to my video in there. And, you know, I type stuff up and I put a video and I put links, what they call the hashtags on my Twitter thing there. And I do it in both languages. That's why it says there's 2, what's it, shout outs or whatever you want to call it on Twitter here, because I do it once in English and once in Japanese. So it's effectively twice. But the Facebook one is interesting. Facebook, I only have my personal account on Facebook. And I know that my grandmother doesn't want to see daily drops from me on my Facebook account. It would irritate my friends if all that I was doing was just every day dropping, here's the latest video, here's the latest video. So what I do is I put it up on Facebook, but you can actually limit who can see posts on Facebook, and I limit it to only me, and I'm the only person who can see that that upload, and then I like it myself, and then hopefully YouTube reads that. It doesn't know, you know, how many people have liked it or who's liked it, and it says, oh look, Facebook, check, that box is filled. So it's a bit of a workaround. I'm not really doing it the way it should be done. I used to do it on Facebook groups where I would drop all of these videos, you know, I'd copy and paste a little, you know, title and the link to this and drop it on all these Facebook groups, but then Facebook banned me from doing that, and I didn't realize there was a limit to it, so I have to be careful about how many times I copy and paste the link now. But one video, I think I got 42 likes on it because I posted it on all these different, you know, sneaker groups. But I can't do that anymore, like I said. But at least, you know, maybe the algorithm's looking, maybe the algorithm wants to see Facebook and likes, so I do put it on my own Facebook, limit it to I'm the only person who can see it, so I'm not irritating my friends and family out there with daily content, and then hitting that like button myself, so that hopefully that promotes it. And that's the SEO on there, the Twitter, the Reddit, and the Facebook. And then the fourth thing, I thought there were 5, but I've only got 4 written here. I wonder if I've missed something out down below. Maybe tags are 4th. But the 4th thing is best practices. And there are, I think, 8 things in this box. And some of them, I'm sure, are to do with the algorithm. And some of them are to do with engaging with your viewers out there. And I can't remember what all 8 of them are, but I do know that there's, you know, it's on Twitter, it's on Facebook. A comment has been hearted, which only the content creator can do. A comment's been liked, a comment's been pinned. There are more, but make sure high definition thumbnail is one which I'll talk about in either next week's video or the weekend after that, because I've got a really cool trick for high definition thumbnails that you definitely want to check in on. And I can't remember, anyway, there's 8 things you can see in the screenshot up here, and they have a check mark beside them or an X if you've done them or not. I look at these 8 things as definitely in the algorithm. I err on the side of caution that these 8 things are in the algorithm, so I make sure I've done them every single time. And I've taught people out there the trick that you write the first comment yourself, you heart it, you like it, and then you pin it, and you make it in the form of a question, so that you say something like, I'm not really behind this sneaker today, it's not really cool for me, I don't really like it, how about you out there, what do you think? And that's the first comment that everybody sees when they go to write a comment on your channel, and they'll answer your comment. And that's a way to make sure you've got that comment hearted, liked and pinned, which I think the algorithm definitely is looking for, and therefore will promote your videos higher up the rankings. So that's pretty much it to do with the TubeBuddy extension being lined up with your content. To the right, if you're watching one of your own videos, you can see this information and adjust your practices to make sure that you increase certain numbers and get the algorithm to see your work, and also get viewers to stay interested in your work. But also you can watch somebody else's video on the same information is right there, and you can get hints and suggestions from other people. It's like, I don't know what the title is, what tag should I use for this? I'll go and check out I don't know, Tony D2 Wild's video and see what he did when he tagged up his video, and I'll share that. And there's more about other people's tags coming later as well in another video. So there you have it. That's episode 7, talking about TubeBuddy extension and the TubeBuddy tie-in to your YouTube, and how you can use that to make sure that the 2 big things: the algorithm sees your video and promotes it. I mean, it's not enough for the algorithm to see it and then ignore it. The algorithm has to see it and then say, wow, a lot of these boxes are filled, so I'm going to promote this and put it higher up in suggested videos or search results. And the other thing is your viewers, and making sure your viewers stay engaged with your content and keep coming back on a regular basis to see the work that you've done. So that's it. That's episode 7 of tips for new YouTube channels. I hope you appreciate that. I've got no idea how long I've been talking for. I'm kind of worried it could be as much as 30 minutes, but I don't think it is that much. But like I said, I don't keep a timer around here, so it could be 15, or it could be 25, or it could be 30. I have no idea. If it is very long, then just forgive me, because this is the content that goes up on my birthday, even though I'm actually shooting it on Sunday to go up on Tuesday. But that is it. That's a Tuesday Top 10. I'll be back again next week for another one. So if you are a channel content creator out there, check in next Tuesday to find out what's in episode 8. As I said, the higher up the rank, the higher up the list we go, the more precious and golden my tips are for you. So next week is sure to be a banger. Tomorrow is that LeBron 3 home for the sneakerheads out there. I'm looking forward to seeing that. And as I do at the end of every single video, I'll just check off and say thanks for checking in today. I appreciate you guys. I appreciate my loyal subscribers. I appreciate my viewers. I appreciate people just dropping by, checking out the content and hitting that subscribe button down below. All that's left for me to do is say thanks, and I will definitely see you tomorrow.